let's look at, let's shift gears a little bit, Emmanuel. Let's look at another really practical thing that you are all probably faced with is organizing text data. So let's say you have a
Yes.
bunch of voice of the customer data, or it could be brainstorming data. Voice of the customer in particular, you might, typically have a lot of feedback. And if you wanted to build an affinity diagram, I mean, that's pretty manual. That's it's it's actual work, dragging all that stuff, all those terms around and trying to come up with logical categories. And it's great for understanding what you're working with, but it takes a lot of time. And if you have hundreds of comments, I mean, it's really practically pretty difficult to do visually. But
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead, Emmanuel. What? Take it from
I
there.
was gonna I was gonna say too, like I'm gonna show this. You can attach files. I can't remember if 3.5 has the attached file functionality, but I'm gonna show you even just like the most like MVP way to do this. You can literally just copy and paste these things in here. And like Bill's saying, this is an arduous task, right? It's the pattern recognition with unstructured data, and understanding what people are saying they want, what they truly want. What is it? If you ask people what they wanted before the car, they'd say faster horses. But there's an artistic science that goes with it. And what we're doing is pulling from our own past experiences of understanding, general categories that people want and like those products and services. But like we could literally just accelerate the sorting and pattern recognition, and then we can spend more time on the analysis and the understanding, like what that means from the human emotion piece. And I don't know if Bill, if you want to explain like where this data came
So
from,
we
how you
just
even created
created a
it.
bunch of fakes, or we used ChatGPT to create a bunch of hypothetical customer comments about desktop software. And just to have something that's kind of recognizable.
And
So
I'm sure that a lot of us
manuals,
play in that. Oh, go ahead.
well, and so what's really great is it not only groups the comments into logical categories, but it's also giving us a summary of what's the main themes. Where's the weight of all of this commentary? Really, really useful because it's so quick.
So it gave us usability and user interface, pricing and value. And I mean, we can hop over and see some of the actual comments, which you probably would want to do when you get this back. You don't want to just 100% assume that it's right, but it's pretty close. Look, I miss the simplicity of modern apps. Everything here is overcomplicated. I needed so much support. Prices, I'm reconsidering pricing, costs, right? And we should see pricing come up, the pricing and value. And
And I
like,
don't know, does it give you a
again, when,
summary at the end? I don't think you really asked it to do that, but yeah, okay.
no,
Let's
can
ask
you,
it.
oh
What
wait,
are
the
the
summary.
Yeah, and let's just, I don't know, what are we gonna ask it? Maybe what are three things, what are the three um, things that we should do to improve the software?
And while it's spinning this out, like I can say, over the past 13, 14 years, the amount of time that I've spent just looking through survey responses, and people are always like, hey, you're really, you get what people actually try to say. Can you help us look through these survey responses and create, buckets and groupings? And the buckets are always the same. It's like ease of use, it's complexity, all that stuff. And this for me in itself will just speed up some of the work that I do ad hoc with groups
And I
tenfold.
think an important point is that this may not be perfect, may not be perfect summary. It's not, but it's not math. And the humans who would be doing this are also not perfect. This is just inherently messy kind of work to do. So pretty useful to at least have a head start. Maybe not a
Yep.
substitute for all the thinking that needs to go on, but certainly an accelerant.